Now, for all of our listeners, let's go back to our high school biology, where we learned about the sympathetic nervous system and the parasympathetic nervous system. Do you remember that, Nary?
Yes, long time ago, but I'm not a big fan of biology, but I do remember those words.
Remember, the last part of our brain to develop was the hypothalamus, right at the front of our brain, the front lobe of our brain.
Yes.
And we've learned this through the study of the brain. And essentially, the hypothalamus has really helped people survive. Over there, if you go back to caveman days, surviving was the goal every day to survive. If the saber-toothed tiger shows up in your camp, you might not be guaranteed you're going to survive, that day. And so the sympathetic nervous system prepares the body to fight or flight. So fight or flight. And so it tunes all your senses up so you're more aware, so you can either run or engage in a fight. On the other hand, the parasympathetic nervous system prepares you for rest and digest. Rest and digest. Now think about this for just a minute. Let's fast forward to the current times, 2022, soon to be 2023. And think about our daily activities, getting in our car and driving on the highway, driving on the freeway. Where, just subconsciously, where does everyone's nervous system go while you're careening down the highway, at speed limit or more? Where is the nervous system? Sympathetic or parasympathetic?
It's fight or flight.
Fight or flight.
So, yeah, fight or flight. Yes.
Now let's bring this very specific to our listeners. I would contend that most people subconsciously, about 90% of their day is subconsciously spent in fight or flight.
Yes.
Just by virtue.
I mean, just driving in the road, there is a traffic jam, and somebody's honking, and we are stressed out. We are not in this calm, peaceful, mindset. And
even when we're surfing the internet, where we're being bombarded by messages incessantly, you're experiencing,
especially in social media, right? You're just getting oh, your friend is having a good time, and you are sitting here in the cold weather, you're like, oh man, I get this. Fight or flight. Yeah.
I can safely say that virtually 100% of the time when a new patient comes to a dental practice, subconsciously, where is their brain? Is it in fight or flight, or is it in rest and digest?
Subconsciously, it's fight or flight, because it's an unknown environment. I remember, every time I go there, I'm lying down like this, where it's just very uncomfortable. You don't feel safe.
You're in a vulnerable position. You're meeting a new provider you haven't met before. You're not familiar with the office. You're subconsciously in fight or flight.
Yes.
Now, when Dave is talking to Paul about mountain biking, where's his brain switching over to? Is he in fight or flight anymore?
No, he's relaxed. He's rest and digest.
He's familiar.
Yes.
Or the patient talking about her 7-year-old son. Where is she? She's over at rest and digest.
Right.
Or talking to Maria about their coworker that works in the same department. They're in rest and digest. And when a patient is in rest and digest, they're connecting with you because they're not so distracted.
Yes.
They're connecting with you, and they're able to hear so much better because they don't have the distraction of fight or flight.
Right.
So here's the homework assignment I want every one of you to do. I want you to talk to your team member, could be a dental assistant, or in our case, a new patient coordinator. And as they interact with the patient in the early parts of your new patient appointment, have them learn something about the patient that has nothing about their teeth. I think back to Life Smiles and our two new patient coordinators, they would both tell you that after the initial part of the appointment, if they don't have something to share with Dr. Paul or Dr. Tim, they haven't done their job. They haven't connected, right?
Yes.
So, and every time they have something to share with. In fact, sometimes it's fun to just be in the hallway and listen to what they're sharing about the patient, because it runs the gamut. It's just truly, diverse and interesting. And anyway, so not only does this help you develop rapport, and connection. But it also has a neuroscience benefit as well. And that's that we're switching the patient over to rest and digest. And they are now associating your office with a comfortable place instead of something they need to be fearful of. And all kinds of cool benefits are going to happen from that.